You scroll the classifieds, and there it is. A dusty, rugged four-wheel drive loaded with aggressive bull bars, a heavy-duty roof rack, and full canopy. It looks like the perfect Australian all-rounder. It is incredibly easy to assume those bolt-on extras represent thousands of dollars in added value. The reality is usually much rougher. Those heavy accessories often indicate a punishing life of constant towing, endless worksite idling, and hammering across corrugated dirt roads. All that harsh labor places severe, hidden stress right where it hurts the most, deep inside the drivetrain, the suspension, and the cooling system. Which brings us to the first rule of buying an older workhorse. The bolted-on accessories are actually the least important part of the vehicle. This does not mean every used Ute is doomed to fail. However, there are specific Australian market generations and engines that demand far more investigation than a quick trip around the block. A tempting, low purchase price is often a trap, masking heavy mechanical fatigue rather than offering genuine value. Number 5 is the Great Wall V200 with the 2.0-liter turbo diesel. On paper, it presents as a highly tempting, low-cost alternative to the established Japanese Utes. But that steep discount comes with heavy trade-offs. The advantage of a lower purchase price is quickly eaten up by inconsistent build quality and a severely limited supply of replacement parts. Because these were inexpensive utility vehicles when new, many received absolute bare minimum maintenance the second their factory warranty expired. This chart tracks purchase price against long-term risk. You can see the V200 plotted deep in the low-price, high-risk quadrant. Buyers inherit frustrating electrical faults, brittle, aging plastics, and compromised chassis mounts from worksite abuse. Saving a few $1,000s up front can easily translate into weeks of delays and mounting frustration trying to fix relatively minor faults. Number 4 is the first-generation Volkswagen Amarok 2.0-liter BiTurbo. This is a desirable truck because it drives incredibly well, offering a wide, comfortable cabin and a smooth 8-speed automatic that feels more like an SUV. The trade-off for that refinement is that you are inheriting a highly complex piece of European diesel engineering. It demands rigorous, expensive specialist care to prevent specific failure points, primarily across the timing belts, the exhaust gas recirculation system, and the twin turbochargers. Look at this flowchart tracing common usage patterns. Using this specific Ute for short urban trips instead of long highway runs prevents the emission system from getting up to temperature, leading directly to a clogged diesel particulate filter and a massive specialist repair bill. The rule here is strict. Only ever purchase an early Amarok if the seller hands you a stack of detailed specialist invoices proving correct timing belt and emission system care. Treating a complex European diesel like a basic throwaway work utility vehicle guarantees catastrophic repair bills. Number 3 is the MN generation Mitsubishi Triton with a 2.5-liter diesel. Used prices remain attractive. It offers genuine four-wheel drive capability, and replacement parts are widely available. However, this specific engine has a critical vulnerability. It is incredibly susceptible to cooling system neglect and overheating. Even a minor history of coolant loss masks severe financial consequences, usually showing up down the road as expensive cylinder head and head gasket failures. Slapping large off-road tires, suspension lifts, and heavy touring accessories onto this chassis drastically increases the mechanical stress on that already vulnerable cooling system. Adding heavy off-road weight and accessories to an MN Triton without a perfectly maintained cooling system is a guaranteed recipe for engine death. Number 2 is the PX Ford Ranger with the 3.2-liter 5-cylinder diesel. This became one of Australia's most desirable dual cabs, largely because of its strong towing reputation. The consequence of that popularity is that these vehicles are frequently subjected to severe towing abuse and driven with maximum payloads day in and day out. That constant heavy labor leaves behind specific mechanical risks, particularly accelerated wear on the automatic transmission and serious damage to the rear suspension. The hidden danger lies in the engine bay. This cross-section highlights the 3.2 liters lubrication system, which requires highly specific oil change procedures. Rushing that 10-minute drain causes the pump to run dry. Dropping oil pressure immediately introduces severe friction and catastrophic lubrication failures. The best move here is to bypass aggressively modified examples entirely. Choose a standard vehicle that comes with a fully documented towing and servicing history. A vehicle's massive popularity cannot protect it from the relentless physics of constant, heavy-duty worksite and towing labor. Taking the #1 spot is the D40 Nissan Navara with the 2.5-liter YD25 diesel engine. At first glance, it offers enormous initial value, delivering a large dual-cab body and powerful performance for a very low price. The central concern is that this specific Navara generation harbors hidden, extremely expensive drivetrain problems that simply will not show up during a short test drive. The YD25 engine demands careful investigation for turbocharger issues, injector faults, and most critically, severe timing chain wear. If you hear a rattling sound during a cold start, do not let the seller dismiss it as standard diesel noise. Ignoring that cold start rattle means you are buying directly into an imminent and catastrophic timing chain failure. The overarching danger of choosing a cheap, heavily modified Ute is that you are often paying money to inherit someone else's neglected, abused worksite tool. To avoid falling into these specific mechanical and financial traps, you need to rely on a comprehensive pre-purchase routine. Start with the paperwork. Complete a PPSR check to verify the title, confirm that all VIN recalls have been completed, and demand an explicit history of what the vehicle actually towed and carried. Then move to the physical checks. Inspect the chassis, canopy mounts, aftermarket wiring, tire load ratings, and four-wheel drive engagement. Mechanically, you must insist on a completely cold start, order a cooling system pressure test, and scan the computer for diagnostic faults. Your final safeguard is the service record. Review the detailed workshop invoices and arrange a dedicated inspection with a certified diesel and four-wheel drive specialist before you hand over any money. Thousands of dollars in shiny aftermarket accessories are entirely worthless compared to a standard, unmodified Ute with a clean, documented history.